What is going on? Nick from Comic Culture here. It is time for the comic book look ahead featuring January 2025. I hope you guys had a great holiday season. We have New Year's coming up. So many cool things happening. Happy holidays to everybody. Merry Christmas. Eric from Nine Panel Grid is with me today. Man, Eric, how you doing, dude?
Good morning, dude. I'm still waking up, if I'm being completely honest. I'll let you know as soon as I understand how I'm doing. So far, so good, though.
It's what, 7 o'clock there where you are?
Exactly, yeah.
Something like that. That's really cool. Well, I appreciate you joining me, man. I hope you got your coffee with you. You're loaded up on Christmas cookies or whatever you got going on.
Oh,
Yeah, you got your
absolutely.
Iron Man mug. Nice.
I'm ready.
Yeah, I got mine as well. So before we kick things off, I wanted to cover two things real quick. We're going to be going over League of Comic Geeks stuff here very soon, but I did pin the video of how to use League of Comic Geeks. So if you're new to this application or this website, it's really, really great. It's one of the best resources we have. So you can click on that and get a full walkthrough, or you can just kind of learn through osmosis while we go through it, as they say. So that's it. We have an early bird in here. Hey, what is this award-winning show I hear all about? Man, thanks so much. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming in, John. Always good to see you. But the second piece, real quick, before we get into this, I wanted Eric to go ahead. Man, do you have anything you want to plug real quick? I know you had some great videos coming out and a new series you and Stu do frequently. So why don't you go ahead and tell us what you got coming up real quick?
Yeah, thank you, man. So first and foremost, Ink and Insights, the show that I kind of share with Stu here, that ping pongs back and forth between our channels here, is going to be returning on January 8th on Doctor Doom's fan club here with our boy, which way am I pointing? Nick here, as we talk about some of our favorite things from 2024. So be on the lookout for that. My yearly review video came out here going over some of the best comic books and creators of 2024. So make sure to hit that up. And then dropping tomorrow morning will be my weekly comic book review show. So
Hell yeah,
make sure to check them out.
Sweet. Yeah, the year-end reviews are really interesting. It takes all year to plan for them, and it's due to a lot of procrastination for the holiday season. It's so hard to get those videos out. So, like, planning really early helps out tremendously, because then production and editing and stuff takes so long. So, yeah, you did a really good job, though, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. All right, let's get into League of Comic Geeks. So again, it's pinned in the comments in case you want to follow along with us. Another pro tip, I use Opera Browser because Opera Browser has built-in ad blocking, so you don't have to worry about if you're using Chrome or something like that. You're going to get these banners all over the place every time you move. So use Opera. It'll get rid of all that stuff. Second piece, real quick, we're going to go to new comics on this left side right here. It will default to the current week. This is not the current week we want to look at. So you can always click on the calendar and go to January 1st, and it will sort by default by most pulled via their system. So it's usually the more popular books are up front versus the ones towards the bottom. So that's where we are now. Eric, are you following along? Are you watching my screen? Is the resolution good for you?
Oh, it's good. Yeah, let's roll with it.
Awesome. So we'll just kind of go through the first row right here. I'm going to rattle off the books I'm interested in. Eric, you follow up with me. You follow up right after that, and then we'll kind of alternate as we go through. So this first one, Batman 156, definitely pulling it. I'm kind of waiting for that new arc to start. I think a lot of us are, but there are some interesting things happening in there, wouldn't you say?
It's worthwhile. It's kind of funny that Zdarsky is ending his tenure on Batman, and it's arguably the most interesting time right now because it's been so peaks and valley. It's got my interest though, so like I'm here for it.
Yeah. Of course, we have Saga 71. Beautiful, beautiful covers from Fiona Staples. We have Brian K. Vaughan on the writing. Saga's taken a little bit of a dip for me as in the last probably 15, 20 issues, whatever it came back from the hiatus. We're at 71. I think 55 is when we went on break. And it's been a little bit of a, not a struggle, but it's been a little bit, some of the magic's not quite there. Maybe it's a trade read to get caught up.
Yeah, and I was a reader that jumped onto the Saga bandwagon when the hardcovers came out. So I had volumes 1, 2, and 3, and those, it was a really good reading experience. Reading single issue, it feels kind of like you're trudging over the same stuff issue after issue.
Yeah. I will say the first 55 issues, I think it's probably it's definitely my top 5 best comics I think of all time. The first 55 issues for sure.
Oh yeah.
The more recent ones are a little bit more difficult. But Herm, thanks for coming in, dude. Good morning station to you.
Morning, Herm.
Okay, so Absolute Superman, we have Ultimates, and we have Miles Morales. So Absolute has some more proving for me. Needs to do more for me personally to really kind of get me completely hooked. Same with the Ultimates. Honestly, I'm waiting for the maker to come and figure out what we're going to be doing. These are kind of like one and done issues. And then Miles, I'm not necessarily picking up, but I appreciate that we still have a Miles book out there. So what are you thinking about these three?
I think that patience is a virtue, and that the Ultimates is a fantastic book that's coming out
It
right
is.
now. I really like what Dennis Camp is doing, but I totally
Mhm.
agree with you on Absolute Superman.
Yeah.
It's a good, not great. Like in a vacuum, it's an okay book. It's fine, but like in comparison to some other books out there, particularly Absolute Wonder Woman,
Right.
it kind of just pales in comparison.
Yeah, issue 2 was better than 1, I thought, because it focused more on Superman and we had our lowest character, so I liked issue 2, so it's, ended on a high note so far, so we're gonna get in issue number 3
Yeah,
very,
exactly.
very soon. Yep, and in the chat, let us know what you're picking up, what you're most excited for in each of these rows, and if we miss anything, let us know as well. Maybe it'll be popped on our radar going through there. Eric, do you wanna kick us off? What are you thinking about this row right here?
I will give all credits to Stu at Dr. Doom's fan club here. I had not been reading Poison Ivy, but
Edit that out.
oh, come on.
No, no. No, go ahead.
Poison Ivy really surprised me. It's a
Cool.
really solid book. I'm only like 3 issues in here. I just kind of jumped in like off the deep end here, so I wasn't really sure where it was coming from, but I know kind of where it's going, and it's been really entertaining. I've been liking that a lot. I'm not even talking about my boy Daredevil though. We could just completely skip over that. I'm so mad at this title right now.
Wow.
It hurts. It hurts
I
so
know.
bad.
Yeah. What about Spawn or Batgirl? You reading those?
I got nothing for you, man.
Nothing?
Spawn is Spawn, and if you like it, that's
Sure.
great. I'm not saying I dislike it, but I'm not jumping in 360 issues in trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
That's fair. That's fair. Avengers I gave up on pretty easy, pretty early on after I got through
Same.
the first like arc or so, and I realized it's pretty formulaic. We're gonna have our standard team fighting groups of aliens from wherever that are just powerful enough to overcome us immediately, and then we can get over them pretty quickly once we kind of put our heads together. And then after the second time that happened in the same what 8, 6, 7, 8 issues, I'm like, I don't know if I can keep reading this book. I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah,
Poison
exactly.
Ivy. The Poison Ivy. I did read the first 2 arcs of this back in the day when it first kicked back off, and then I
Mhm.
fell off of it after a while. I've always loved the artwork inside of here, and it seems like a book that I want to pick up back up and keep reading. I think John, if you're still in the chat, I believe you've been keeping up with it, so let us know your thoughts on Poison Ivy. Daredevil, I let you take one for the team there. Spawn, I never really got into, and Batgirl, I'm actually caught up to it. It's only through 2 issues out right now, and they've been fairly good. So I don't know
Okay.
if I'll keep reading it, but I like Cassandra Cain, so yeah, there you go, right there. So I'll kick us off here. Birds of Prey. I'm not reading that book. Spectaculars. Not reading it. X Force. I gave up on. JSA. I'm not reading. An X Factor. I kind of dropped already.
I
So
kind of told you
that
January is a bit of a struggle month, right? Like
this
I'm
week is
right.
rough.
Yeah, I've really wanted to dip my toes into Birds of Prey though. Like I've heard I've heard
Mhm.
good things. It's Kelly Thompson. Like I should love this book, and for whatever reason, I just never picked it up.
Yeah.
I got to circle back
Interesting.
around and give it a try though.
Yeah, I kind of like this. The the aesthetic of this cover too. It's kind of cool,
Mhm.
right? It's got like the page crease. It's got the fold in it. You know what I mean? It looks pretty cool.
Well, and it goes along with I believe it's Jordi Belair that's coloring that's been somewhat controversial. I appreciate what they're trying to do on the colors because they kind of did the same thing
Mhm.
in GI Joe. Um, I don't know. It's I don't know. Harkens back to a classic time in comics, and I like I
Yeah.
said, I want to give it a try.
For sure. Marco's in the chat. What's going on? Hi. What's going on? Hope you're having a good morning so far. Shout out. Let us know what you're getting into in the month of January. If you could follow along with us, let us know what's on your radar. Any idea when the new Universal Monster is coming out? That is a good
Hmm.
question. Not entirely sure.
Let's see.
Yeah, if you want to do some fact checking for me
Yeah.
as I keep going down, just shout out, just interrupt me whenever you figure it out if you do. Um, Yeah, X Factor from Mark Russell. That's a series that I tried out. I got about 4 issues in, and I like Mark Russell's work, but I just don't like him in the Marvel universe right now. So if he puts out an independent book, you better damn guarantee I'm getting that for sure. But
Yeah, it's
in
like
that Marvel,
decaf Mark Russell right now, though, and
right,
that's not
right,
fair to all of us.
yeah.
Universal Monsters, I found out the Mummy #1. Let's see here.
Oh, right, it is the Mummy.
Yeah, it's the Mummy, and it comes out March 26th. That's from Faith Aaron Hicks
Right.
as
Okay.
the artist and writer. Oh, interesting. Okay.
we talked about this. It has more of a cartoony vibe to it, like the art style.
Big
So if you do
time.
some research on it, you can look up some, like, I think some cover shots, some interior pages. What I will say is if you watch the original Mummy movie, there are some scenes in the comic that directly pull from the movie, like the sarcophagus in the background and the dude at the station kind of like messing with the materials he shouldn't be messing with, right? There's some scenes that are in there, so that's cool. But initial thoughts, not super excited for it.
Yeah, I
But
was gonna say,
we'll see.
yeah,
Because the two best ones, Dracula and Frankenstein, the strongest thing, not the strongest, one of the best things about that was the visual part of it, right? The actual artistry inside of it. And this book did not check that box for me initially so far. So,
yeah. Again, you're going against Martin Simmons and Michael Walsh, and
and Michael Wall, yeah,
that's
it's
heavy
not fair.
lifting.
It's not fair. All right. What about this week, man? What about this row? What are you looking at the most up here?
Oh, dude.
Shazam, Batman, yeah,
Yeah,
Two-Face.
yeah, no. I'll give Deadpool Wolverine a try, but if I'm honest, like I don't have high expectations for it. I really didn't care for Ben
Yeah,
Percy's Wolverine during Krakoa, but dude, Joshua Caceres' artwork is so good. It
yeah.
it might be worthwhile just to dip my toes in and pick it up. And yeah, come on, we got
What?
old Frankie
Look at
boy
this.
on a cover.
Oh man, that needs to go back. that needs another. That needs another video. What about Two-Face? You're reading Two-Face? Did you
Dude,
check out that number one?
I did. I kind
Yeah.
of ended up digging it, even though I thought I was totally gonna hate it. Like the issue took me on a journey, so I appreciated that, and I'm definitely in for issue number two. I'll see where it's going.
Yeah, it was an interesting number one for sure. If I'm honest, I love this series mostly for the covers. Yeah. The cover's been really good.
Yeah.
Especially on Frankenstein. Well, and Dracula, to be honest.
Hmm.
Those are really good. Full Moon, I never read number two. I liked number one, but like, damn, we have a lot of Batman books, right? So
Exactly. Yeah. When we're
yeah,
like going into like 4 or 5 series of Batman, like Full Moon is going to be one of them that just they fall by the wayside,
yeah.
unfortunately.
And it's Rodney Barnes too, so like we should be giving it a shot.
Yeah.
Um Deadpool Wolverine, I agree. I'll read that one. Two-Face, I'll probably try it out. It depends on how many books. Look, by the looks of it, there's not going to be a whole lot this week, so I might give that one a shot as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, I'll kick us off here. Walking Dead 104 Deluxe. So if you didn't pick it up originally, you can get them all in color now with this deluxe series up to 104. They have like, I don't know, 89 more to go, something like that, before that's completely collected. Werewolf by Night, I'm not reading. Justice League Atom Project, that's probably spinning out of the Atom Smasher kind of stuff that happened in Justice League Unlimited this past week. I'm not entirely sure.
Sure.
Uh, Cable loving Chrome, and then Captain America went. Sam Wilson, Captain America. I wish they just dropped the Sam Wilson crap. Captain America number one. So not really excited for most of these, to be honest. But I'll probably read Captain America, Cable, maybe Atom Project. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm more excited for Atom Project than Cable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who's on it?
Yeah. I should
Hmm.
really fake some excitement over these books, considering that we do reviews on comic books on a weekly basis. Like I'm so stoked for this.
Well, here's the problem. I don't know anything about any of these characters in the
Bingo.
DC universe. So like when a new number one comes out, yeah, it's a new number one. That creates some kind of base level hype, right? But like, okay, I don't know these characters, and this cover's not doing it for me either. So okay, sure.
Well, and I don't know the creative team all that much. Like I know John Ridley a little bit. Oh, Mike Perkins is on
Mike
artwork.
Perkins is
Okay.
on art, so like that can't be bad.
No, yeah, that's going to be good. Well,
Yeah,
and you said it, like I don't know these characters either, right? So
yeah,
I think that makes it inherently more exciting than a character like Cable, who,
been around.
yeah, we know what we're gonna get.
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna get a grumpy old dude that has a bunch of kids around him, and he saves the day at the end. At the end of it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Um, yeah, Popose is on it, so there you go. There's your boy.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. What about this next week? What's anything standing out
Ooh,
to you?
okay, let's see here. Oh, dude. Um, wow. What a what a first week.
Is it going to be like a 5-week poll? Is that what's happening right now?
Like maybe
This
they're
week?
treating the first Wednesday like the fifth Wednesday. Maybe. Let's
Well, it
hope so.
is New Year's Day,
Yeah.
so maybe they'll treat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Like I know I'm gonna end up reading What If Galactic's transformed the Hulk just
sure.
because,
Just
right?
because, yeah,
Yeah.
because
But
that
everything
sounds
else,
fun.
Yeah, like, are you still reading any Star Wars comics at all?
No, no,
Yeah,
I'm not.
I'm right there with you. Like,
Trying to see
it's hard. They
Macaroon.
don't do anything for me.
Look at this.
Do
We got another
wow.
Uncle Frank cover.
Okay, Frankie's all over the place.
Who would have thought we
Yeah.
do a Galactus cover?
Oh my
Yeah, I'm not
gosh.
reading any. I'm not reading any of these either. Star Wars wise, I didn't like pick up a Star Wars book and was excited about one since The Blade, which came out probably over a year ago now,
Oh
and that was
wow.
a cool. That was probably 3-4 issues maybe, and
Mhm.
I stopped kind of after that. So, but yeah, I mean, if you're in the chat and you're reading a Star Wars book and you're like, I can't believe no one's talking about this, put it in the chat, guys, because it's not like we don't like Star Wars. We just might not be up to date on great arcs that are going on right now. So
Yeah.
sound off. Creature Commandos, lots of ads for this book for some reason in my algorithm. So yeah, that's a book out. You can check that one out if you're in the DC horror stuff. And then everything else I'm not really reading. Knights vs Samurai. Nope.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think after this row in particular, it gets pretty slim. Like Savage Dragon, I'm not reading, but I know it's a great legacy book that a lot of people are enjoying. So you might want to check it out. But Something Crawled Out, no. Vampirella, I'm not reading any of that stuff either. What about
Yeah.
you?
No. Like, I gotta say, like, I kind of want to dip my toes back into Savage Dragon here. As I get older, I really appreciate Eric Larson's artwork more so than I even did as a
Yeah,
kid.
I
Like,
agree.
it's very Kirby-esque. So, but
Yeah,
man, that book is so weird. It's so weird.
it is
It's
weird.
so weird. I have to say it 3 times just to express how weird it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like if you know what, I don't want to oversimplify it, but it's like if Mark Russell did like adult satire, you know what I mean? Like more adult satire kinds of things and added, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's those elements in it where it's just over the top and crazy, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Full Moon was cool. Yep. Too much Batman. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just run down real quick. Let's see, because like I said, it gets pretty. What? Something's Killing Children script book #1. Wow.
How many different versions of a number one can a person put out?
And they
'Cause
made
I
that
think
number
we're
0 that was awful. I'm like,
oh
oh
my
man,
god.
that was bad. All right, so let me just that might be worth just like a flip through because a script book. I mean, that was when it was really good still. So like a script book might be interesting just to get that
Yeah.
behind the scenes insight. So who
Yeah.
knows?
Especially if you dig on like process and like how a book is put
Yeah,
together and stuff like that, for sure.
I'm just gonna scroll down because as we get towards the bottom, things get a little bit more obscure.
Yeah.
So I think I can pretty much. I just want to make sure we're not going to miss anything. Yeah, I think we can go ahead and go to the next week right
I
here.
think
So
we're safe. Yeah.
going over to the 8th, you want to take a look at this top row? What are you looking at?
Hey, we got books I'm gonna read finally. All right. Absolute Batman #4. I'm definitely down for that.
Of
It's
course.
I feel like issue 3 was a real prove it moment, and for the most part, it did that. You're right. I
Yeah.
think it still needs to deliver on the premise, but it did enough to where I'm like, okay, I think I see where you're going with this, and I'm along for the ride.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man. I'm reading it. I'm reading it, and that's more than I could say previously.
That's half the battle. Just opening that
Exactly.
cover page, that's half the battle.
I think I'm having most of the fun comes from Justina Ireland. She's got a nice voice for the character, but it's definitely not going to change your life. Uncanny X-Men is kind of waning on me, if I'm being honest. I used to say
Yeah.
it was the best X title. I don't know if I could say that anymore. Dude, oh gosh. Okay, Action Comics is finally excuse me, getting out of the weekly cadence.
Oh,
I don't
good.
know. Yeah, exactly. Problem is Mark Waid isn't writing it anymore. So like
Oh,
I want to
no.
give yeah, I don't even
Who's
remember who
on
the
it?
creative team.
Let's
Oh,
see.
John Ridley.
John
Okay.
Ridley.
Yep. So I'll give it a shot. I don't know what they have
Yeah.
planned or what's in store for us, so we'll see. And then Transformers is awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's 5 pick worthy awesome, but it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Absolute's been pretty good. I'm waiting to know like how it fits in, like you were just saying, to the Absolute universe. But it's been like popcorn fun, right? It's like going to an action movie with little substance, to be honest.
Yes,
So far,
exactly.
it's just like super fun, but it's like, okay, where are we going? What are we doing? ASM, I read when the creative team switched, and then I didn't read one since then. There was the Doctor Doom one where he comes in and gives Spider-Man like the power. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has to like go through all his trials and everything.
Exactly.
Uncanny. I just looked at the pages for #7, and I'm like, I can't do it.
Oh,
I'll
so
wait.
you're in the same boat then, because I know you were kind
Yeah,
of, I wouldn't say
I like.
high on it, but like,
Yeah, I enjoyed the first arc better than everything else that X-Men was putting out at the time. So,
yeah,
we're in issue number 8. Maybe I'll wait for this whole raid on Greymalkin to end, and then I'll jump back in potentially. Not entirely sure, but Action, I just listened to you guys talk about it because it was a weekly book, and I heard some pluses and minuses because of that.
yep,
And then Transformers to me feels like I'm at a party and everybody there has known each other for 20 years or 40 years, and they're telling jokes that I don't understand, but I'm laughing just to kind of hang in there. But I like everybody there. You know what I mean? I'm like, I read this book and I don't quite understand it, but I'm having a good time flipping through the pages and reading things and seeing things happen.
yeah,
But a lot of the things are missed on me, and that goes with a couple other books as well. But I'm liking Transformers.
yeah. I'm
It's
at the
just yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm at the same like level as you, like very base level. Like I understand who these people are. If you say their name on the page, I'm gonna know exactly who it is. But like I'm not gonna get the Cimmerillion of Transformers and try to
Right.
understand what the heck a Unicron is yet. So
Exactly. It's going to take a lot of research to get kind of caught up on who all these people are and why they care about each other. So, yeah,
what?
I'm
What?
already over the 8 that's not digging it.
No, Herm, you can't do this to us, buddy.
What is the
You're
8 deaths? What is he talking about? What am I not
that
getting?
that's the whole premise. That's the arc of this story. It's like where he has basically
Oh,
8
Spider-Man.
lives that he can
Spider-Man.
spend. Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry. Of course, I should have
Herm
made that
is not
connection.
digging Spider-Man, and I'm
I thought he was.
concerned. Can
Yeah.
someone go check on Herm? Like, please?
Well, what's funny is this was supposed to be like this has been the more well received ASM run in this whole series, right?
Yeah.
As of late, like this is supposed to be things that people are really excited about. That's really funny.
I think Marvel like met their quota on how many people they can have reading ASM, and Herm just had to drop off. He's like, you know what? My job here is done. I got people reading it. I can walk away to the sunset now.
Does this mean I need to start reading ASM because it's actually really good? Is this what that means?
I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't go
Okay.
that far. No.
All right, I'll kick us off here. Ultimate Black Panther. I actually dropped the series.
Wow. I understand, but like
I haven't read it
wow.
since like issue 9 or something or 8 because nothing was happening. And you could argue, yeah, something was happening. They were talking in the background and building their magical army and persuading the masses, and he has to win back the hearts of the people. And there's this mysterious connection with this metal and with vibranium and all this stuff. But I'm like, yeah, but we're 12 issues in. It's
Well,
like
crap, dude. You
we
just
knew
summed
that.
up the last 3 issues that you haven't read, so great.
That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
feel like every issue I read, I'm like, did I need that issue? Because this is what I want from this book right now. I want Raw and Khonshu to land in Wakanda and have a fight with Black Panther and his guard. That's what I want. And we're not
That
there.
that
Right?
almost happened. That almost happened in the last
Right. Well,
issue.
when it happens, then I'll jump back in because I don't need the buildup because like I understand the buildup. I get that. And I just don't need more issues like you need to be a king. Oh my God, where did he go? And then I don't know. I feel like I just need to get to the punchline with this book. And when I get to the punchline, then I'll read it and I can assume the rest, how we got there.
Okay.
12 issues is a long buildup. Wolverine number 5.
No.
I read through is it Wendigo? Wendigo? Whatever you freaking call him. I read through all that stuff and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Not really digging it.
No. Sorry, but no.
Batman and Robin number 17. I read the first few issues of this and kind of fell out because it was another Batman book. If you want a really good Batman and Robin book, not to say that this isn't because I'm not necessarily reading it, Batman and Robin Year One, which I know you agree with me on that.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a great book. This one, don't they have like a rotating creative team though? It's kind of like just people dive in and see the
PKJ. PKJ. Yep, he's been on it. He's been writing it the last several times. So, yeah, might be worth checking out. I don't know. Do you need 2 Batman and Robin books? I don't know.
No. Well, maybe if it's good.
Well, you have 4 Batman books. You might as well have 2 Batman and Robin books.
Yeah, I guess right.
Batman and Robin is not good with the new team. Interesting. NYX number 7. Nah, not reading it. I read number 1 and I don't want to see her as a barista or whatever happened.
Yeah, that was a struggle read.
Geiger number 10. one of my favorite books. It's probably my top 20 favorite books of all time. So Geiger's really, really good. And Junkyard Joe should be coming in here, hopefully, after being teased for like 3 or 4 issues in a row.
Yeah, dude, if I had like a most exciting publisher category for the year-end video, it would absolutely have to be Ghost Machine. I think that they've done an extraordinary job in 2024 with almost like it was seriously every single book. Like the worst they put out has still been pretty good.
Yeah. There's never been a Ghost Machine book that I was disappointed it came out and I wasn't excited to read it, you know?
Exactly.
So yeah, exactly. Yep. We have Dr. Tomb's fan club Stu.
Hey.
What is going on, man? Thanks for coming in, bro. Appreciate you. You got a link, dude. You can hop in if you need to. Same with you, Big Herm.
Do it.
I know everyone's kind of waking up and getting over the holiday hangover, getting ready for the next one. All right, what do you like on this row?
Oh, what I absolutely know that I love and adore is all new Venom number 2.
It's Venom number 2.
Yes, because it's time to figure out who the heck this new Venom is, even though we all know that it's your favorite co-star of a book, Paul from ASM. We all know it. We all know it's Paul. Like, let's not pretend that it's not.
Yeah.
Luke Cage, red herring. Sorry.
To be honest, like all 3 or 4 of those guys in that issue were all red herrings.
Yes.
And it was written like that. It's like we're all going to disappear and have cover stories for where we were when the mysterious new Venom shows up. And
then they all had to give the alibi when they got back too. Like, I couldn't have been me. I was thrown out a window.
Well, I had to use the bathroom, Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah.
What about Magic? You think you're going to read Magic?
It's a number 1. Like I have to, right?
Yeah.
Like, but who's on this?
Ashley Allen? No idea.
Ooh, Jermaine Peralta.
I don't know. What's Jermaine Peralta been?
They have done. Gosh,
Let's see. I got it pulled up here. 78 Miles Per Hour. I remember I actually read that book. That was good. Audio Adventures, maybe.
No. No,
Geiger?
not Blood Brothers' Mother. That's. What am I remembering them from?
Hyde Street? What? Junkyard Joe? Wait a minute. What's happening here?
So yeah.
That is not a name that I know from Junkyard Joe. Interesting. I don't want to get caught up too much into it, but
okay. I do. I'm falling down the rabbit.
What about Ashley Allen?
No.
She written? Very, very, very few credits.
Oh boy.
Only a few.
Well, I mean, Marvel's got to get somebody to write these books, right? So, maybe this
definitely
is
not
a new crop of talent.
It's definitely not a no, but it's a okay. We'll go in with open mind.
Yeah.
Dark Patterns, though, man.
Dude, Dark Patterns, yeah. Like that's honestly the one.
Yeah.
Although Jeremy Adams is writing Aquaman, so.
Oh, that's right.
Can Aquaman be cool again? I hope so. I want it to.
Make Aquaman cool.
Yeah, like I'm down for that. I would read that book. Oh my gosh. Oh no, that's not for
Tula cover.
Yeah.
No. How dare you? It's in the same vein. If you're training AI, you would use that as well with prison stuff. Dark Patterns, my most anticipated book, probably this week so far.
Yeah, that's a great cover too.
Geiger, maybe. Yeah, for sure. Sentinels. I know Greg, Bearded Comic Bro. He's really into Sentinels, and issue number 4 is coming out. And then, I agree with you. Aquaman number 1. We'll check it out, see what's going on, and then I'll try Magic, depending on how many books we get this week. It's a new number 1, and Magic's a cool character, so
yeah,
we'll see what's going on. Right there, Stu agrees. Dark Patterns with a dope cover.
Yes,
for sure. I was going to come on, but Eric mentioned that name, so no.
That name,
the new Venom. Definitely check out. Love Adams. Yep. Done a killer job on the Flash and Green Lantern. Okay, good. So we have some praise for that.
We have some hope.
I'll kick us off here. Not reading any of these. All right.
Oh boy.
So let's go. A new Green Lantern fractured Spectrum issue number 1. I don't know.
Who's on the creative team? If we got a decent creative team, I'm more than happy to read a Green Lantern book. Oh, Jeremy Adams.
Adams.
So I wonder if this is just like a spinoff of something that's happening in the current run itself, and it's
probably.
Yeah.
how many issues? It's just only one's been listed so far. So
Hmm.
I wonder. Yeah, it's probably just that.
Oh, maybe that's a good jumping on point for new readers.
What's the first place from here? Namor and Black Lightning, number 3. Yeah,
Dude, do you remember the hype for What's the Furthest Place from Here when it first came out? They had the
Mhm.
record store, like, or the vinyl copy of issue number 1, and like we were
Yeah.
all pumped for it. I don't hear anyone like talking about that book anymore, though, and
No.
it's kind of a bummer, man. Like my
Yeah.
Matthew Rosenberg has done good work.
Mhm. When did it come out? It came out in November of 21. So 3 years ago,
Yeah,
and we're only on issue 21. Maybe that's the problem.
that could be. Could
Yeah.
be.
I got the vinyl with the first couple of issues.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was pretty. I think I still have like a number 2 or something. I can't remember. I got rid of my number 1.
Yeah.
What's going on here? You want to kick us off here? What are you looking at?
Sure. I'm a masochist, so Daredevil Unleash
So Daredevil.
Hell. Yep, I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna read it. It's Red Band. Maybe they actually lean into that since this is Elektra Daredevil centric. I've enjoyed Erica Schultz's writing. Albeit
Yeah.
Laura Kinney Wolverine was a little bit bumpy. It was a bumpy road there, but I'm a fan of Elektra. That cover's great. That's awesome.
Is that Sway? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Stephanie Hans is really, really good too. I love
Ooh.
Stephanie Hans' work.
Yeah.
Who else? Philip Tan. We got some good names on here.
Mm-hmm.
The Tan one's pretty cool. Who does that look like in the background here?
Oh, that's Muse. That's one of the characters from the Charles Soule, Ron Garney run of Daredevil, and kind of like the primary antagonist of the new show.
Nice.
Yeah, so
Okay.
nice synergy, some tie-ins there.
Yeah, I thought it was Hiroshi from Steel Streets. Okay.
Oh, I see it. I see it now.
Yeah. What are we seeing? E getting all hot and bothered. Yeah. What about this Galactus? What if Galactus transformed Gambit?
Wait, whoa. Wait a minute. So are we getting a weekly What If Galactus Did Some Shit book?
It sounds like it at this point.
No.
This is the second one, if you believe the release dates.
Okay.
That's
All
funny.
right. I
Wait, where's the Miller cover though?
Oh, okay. They got Miller.
No, they don't. No, sorry.
What's that first one though?
That one's interesting.
That's kind of cool. I like the classic feel of it. Looks like the splash page of an old comic.
Yeah.
Is it worth it though? I don't know.
Probably. Want me to answer that? I don't know.
Yeah, it would end up being sold eventually.
You read any of these other ones?
No, not a whole heck of a lot.
Are you still on Napalm Lullaby? Or did you drop out of that?
It depends. Is Rick Remender still in the chat? Like, sorry.
By the way, we love you, Rick Remender.
We do. We love every single other thing. Napalm Lullaby wasn't for me though. I had to end up dropping it after issue 5 or 6, something like that.
Yeah, you made it like 1 or 2 more than I did.
Yeah, they were still just talking about what they were going to try to do with these god characters, and nothing was really happening. And yeah. But see,
maybe it's a book that takes 10 or 12 issues to kick off.
That's like 8 too many. Like give it to issue 3 if you're not moving on all cylinders. At that point, you're.
Well, we have solicits all the way through issue number 10 coming out in February. So, and it doesn't say anything about like final issue or end of the arc or whatever. So,
well, I was listening to an interview from him just recently, and he said that Napalm Lullaby is very finite. Like there is an ending that's already been written. It's a done deal. Whereas books like The Sacrificers are kind of like indefinite. They'll end it when it needs to end, but right now they have story after story after story. So, isn't
that the best like possible outcome for books? Like it's as long as it needs to be. Like that should be the answer. But when you get to Marvel and DC, like they have to know these things, even for Elseworld stories, which is completely weird. But I guess it's tying up resources, right? So like they can't have books that just have a whatever ending date, so they have to be able to plan things. Like, okay, this guy's going to be available in October in theory if he keeps his deadlines. So yeah, go have your little fun and you're all in your, alternate universe until then. But we need your guys back.
Yeah, exactly. So. But that's the beauty of indie comics, right? They tell the story that they want to tell or that needs to be told, and it's not necessarily monetarily driven.
I liked on Cartoons Kayfabe when Eastman and Laird were on there. I think that one of the questions that the guys had for the two were, why'd you settle on that page length, right, for the issues? Because it's, you know, it's not traditional. And there were, I think the answer was something like, because we needed that length. In other words, you know, like we liked that length, and we needed it to tell the story we wanted to tell, and we wanted to have the first issue or whatever be something grand, and we just kind of kept it. And I'm like, that's an awesome answer, man.
Exactly. Like that shouldn't
So
be profound and unheard of, but it kind of is because
yeah,
that's not what we get. Everyone kind of like falls into the traditions of 22 pages on a comic. But
yeah,
actually,
yeah.
since you mentioned them, this just came in the mail yesterday, and I'm so freaking stoked to be able to finally dive
What?
in. Oh, this thing. I've been
Compendium number
waiting.
one, nice.
Yes, and I got it for a freaking steal. So I was
What is
so
it?
happy.
What does it collect?
This is just the compendium number one. So
Oops.
this goes.
How do I get us back? Okay.
There we go. So this is the Mirage Collection issues 1 through 7, and then 9 through 14 because they can't publish the Cerebus issue, and then the Fugitoid number 1, and then I guess they each also had an individual one shot. So
Yeah, the micro,
yeah.
the first issue in a new micro series.
Yes,
Is
exactly.
what the one shots were called. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a hefty,
awesome.
hefty omnibus, and I'm so excited to dive into it.
Ship it to me, and I'll see Kevin again in April, and we'll get a sketch on it for you.
Dude, I might actually take you up on that. I was so jealous when you got those things on.
Yeah. That's funny. All right. Gorgrim's saying that he's like Napalm Lullaby. So there you go. There's your fan right there. Fable, what's going on? Favorite Marvel shill is on. Yeah, I got Eric. He's here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is that what we're gonna do? Is that how we're playing this thing?
Is that how you treat me for coming on at 7 a.m?
Yeah. So Gorgrim, I'm kind of curious, man. Like, where was it that Napalm really like got its hooks in you? How long did it take? Were you on from the get go, or did it take you 6 or 7 issues to be like, okay, I'm kind of digging this?
Yeah, good question. Anything else up top here? I mean, I like Lucky Devils, but what are you looking at up here?
Wait, you like Lucky Devils? This is a number 1. What is this?
So there was a retailer preview that came out about a month ago or so for Lucky Devils. So Lucky Devils is a companion piece to 8 Billion Genies from Ryan Brown.
Oh, okay.
And Charles Scholl or Soul or Soli, whatever you want to call him, and Ryan Brown. And so it's featuring these devils that follow people around. And these 2 devils here are kind of like, there's a structure, there's a rule, there's a hierarchy in hell with all these different devils and demons and things like that. They don't like their current situation in hell, their stature, they're where they are in the hierarchy. So they start breaking the rules and interacting with their humans in ways that they shouldn't be, thus trying to like gain more power because of it. So they're manipulating their humans and things like that. It's a pretty cool concept. It's not as like, it definitely puts you in the 8 Billion Genies vibe feeling again. So if you liked that book, I think you're going to like this other twist where it's not like the angelic kind of a character with the genies. It's more of a devil character.
Okay. So, I like, and it says, yeah, a cheeky satirical look at the nature of good and evil. I could get behind that.
Of course. And we got a Uncle Frank cover too. So
dude, he's putting in work. Like, I mean, there are so many freaking variant covers.
I mean, I guess he's putting ink on page, you know, I don't know if it's work.
You know, for the dude that was showing off the Ultimate Universe Year 1 variant, come on. Ooh, see, I like that.
There's the wrong. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so yeah, if you like 8 Billion Genies, you have to get this because it's the same creative team and it's set, you know, in a similar universe. So
yeah, totally.
If not the same. So you got an answer here. It's from the get-go. I love the premise and the message. So you go.
I don't disagree.
I forgot what the message was.
It was the message that Remender kind of has on all of his books, which is like, you know, anti-authority. Like if someone tells you what to do, screw that person. So
yeah, and it was like religious, like over government as well, right?
Exactly.
So like,
yeah. Well, it was like the combination. It was like the combination of church and state. So
sure. Okay. There you go. Yeah, I don't know how much other people influence other people's read, but I do notice that in YouTube it seems to be a consensus, more consensus and diversity in what people read. I think what happens though is there are a lot of people that do what you see right now, And eventually, after you watch a lot of them, you find the people that agree with you, right? And then you just gravitate towards them. And it does become a little bit of an echo chamber, but you do have your outliers for sure. Like Eric's reading books I'm not reading, and I'm reading books he's not reading. And
Yep.
he really likes things that I don't like, and I like things that he doesn't like. So we do have our outliers, but there is, in that Venn diagram, there is a lot of overlap, but there are outliers even within our own little microcosm right here.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yeah, such as this fantastic book called Power Fantasy. If I could just have 20 minutes.
So anyway, we're gonna go ahead. I will get caught up in Power Fantasy at one point, and I really hope that it turns into a Kaya. That'd be really cool.
That'd be great.
All right, let's keep moving here. New Champions, issue number 1. Who's on this book? We have Steve Fox. Okay.
Okay. I'm not mad at
So
that.
yeah, it's a new number 1. I'll probably check it out.
Yeah.
See what's going on. You know, just checking out the covers real quick, making sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, cool. Rose Besh has been doing some pretty interesting ones. The Phoenix one, Phoenix number 1 was really good.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah,
might
that's
check it out.
interesting. Yep, Steve Fox has quietly done some really solid work at Marvel, and I think it goes under, unsung basically for the most part here. So
Right.
that's maybe a little bit exciting.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with being excited over Marvel a little bit.
Yep, for sure. Blood Brothers Mother, Brian Azzarello.
Mhm.
Issue number 3. I didn't read issue number 2. 1 was fine. It just took so long between 1 and 2. When 2 came out, I'm like, oh, it's out. And then it came and went. And then I got next week's books and the next week's books. And here's number 3. So,
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Red Sonja, I'm not reading. Kaya's one of our favorite books out right now. So we're both excited about that. And
Yes.
here's your what if, a second one for the week. What if Mickey Mouse became the Fantastic Four? What? Mickey and Friends became the Fantastic Four. So
Okay. All right. Like, are they trying to like build synergy between
Who's on this
the
one?
What If cartoon? Like, well, I don't. Okay.
Isn't that over? Isn't that the finale coming out like this week or
Oh,
next week?
I don't know. I mean,
So
maybe
we're past it.
yeah. Talk about falling off of things, man. Like I have not caught up on anything television related
Yeah.
whatsoever.
I don't think I could ever not pull a Disney what if. I wish it was an ongoing of some sort. Says I dared 7. So there
Okay.
you go.
We found our audience. I dare.
We found our audience for sure. That's true though. I'm probably not going to sub to people who read a lot of books I don't like. Yeah, I mean, if you read something and you're like, I don't vibe with this at all from a writing perspective, story, art, whatever, and some other person you go view as saying that they love it, and even going as far as maybe criticizing people who don't like it, then it's like, dude, I'm not going to watch your stuff. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'd rather,
Well, Nick, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, if they're constructive about it and they break down what they like about it, and they admit that it might not be for everybody, then that there's a grace period there.
Yeah, and it's like you were saying with the Venn diagram too. Like, there's nothing more exciting than having a person have the same experience you had with a book, and you're just like, I know that's exactly what resonated with me. But you
Right.
get that same magic on those outliers too, when you're like, oh, I had no idea, that totally, like, it didn't even hit my radar. I got to go search this book out. So you got to find that happy balance for the people that are that you trust with their opinions.
It's kind of like back in the day in Blockbuster and Hollywood Video and whatever your local chain was back in the day. You go and there would be like the employee picks and things like that on there. Remember that episode of Seinfeld where Elaine gets obsessed with, I forget the character's name that he makes up, but she goes back and keeps getting all the things that he recommends because they just vibe, So
Yeah, exactly.
the same kind of thing. Yeah. Getting ahead of us here. Let's go down to that part. Nemesis Rogues Gallery issue number 5. I read the first 2 or 3 issues and I actually fell off of it. And I was a big fan of what Mark Miller was doing with Big Game Ambassadors, there's so many of them, right? So I actually fell off of Nemesis Rogue Gallery. Ever since they went to Dark Horse, I read the first 2 or 3 and gave up. So I don't know. Are you reading anything in this universe?
No, the last thing I read from Mark Miller was Kill All Spies, I think. The one with that he did with
Kill All
Matteo
Spies. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a really good one. And it's not because I dislike his writing by any means or anything like that. It's just that there's so many books and sometimes things just fall by the wayside when it's only going to do so much, but then again, he's building out this universe. I dropped it as soon as he started building out the universe with Was it Big Game? Was that the big
Yeah,
crossover
big
event?
big game was the one that brought everything together. It was like a
Yeah.
5-issue
Right
mega
before that was
event.
announced, I was just like, I'm gonna give it a break on that stuff. And of course, then everything hits, and I'm like, I made a huge mistake.
I loved everything in that whole run. I read all the books there, and it was really good. A lot of them made my best of the year video I didn't do a video last year, unfortunately, but it was on my list for sure.
They would have, yeah.
They would have. Yeah, I do appreciate honesty the most. I hate hearing a book is amazing and I should buy every one. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no.
I when I do my reviews, I'm over positive on things, and my line is more telling. But the line is designed to be more telling. The grading scale is designed to be more reflective of like how things compare that particular week. So it's like if you really want to know my thoughts about stuff, and you just pick the first half of those books, you won't be disappointed with the backside, but like they're not as good as the ones in the far left, far left. Hey, you just got a sub because of this video, so I hope you appreciate that. There you go. And I bet I'll just subbed you. Don't know why I haven't yet.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yep. Nick the Marvel guy, I'm so proud of you. Don't listen to the other guys. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, just wait until he becomes a Paul fan too. See what you're saying then.
Yeah, yeah. EC Cruel Kingdom. I actually have this one pulled because
because Cullen Bunn.
Big time. Now I'm regretting it. I don't like what Al Ewing's doing right now. Colin Bunn's fine. Justin Jordan, I don't know anything about. Dennis Culver, yeah. Chris Condon, he's good. I don't know. Honestly, the cover kind of did it for me, and it's EC, and I'll give it a shot because it's a new #1.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
there you go.
The EC stuff I was really high on at first, and then I came right back down to earth. I still think that Al Ewing has the propensity to be a fantastic writer. Do we get that every single outing? No, but I don't know. We'll see. Oh, that's why the cover hits so hard. It's Adam Polina, dude. Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
I love his work.
Really
he was when Bad Idea was still a thing. He was the artist on the pirate. I can't remember the name of the book now. Pirate Queen, maybe, but I might be mistaking that with Bear Pirate Viking Queen. It was Pirate something though.
Okay,
really fantastic stuff, and yeah, this cover pops.
It does. That's why I hit that, pull button for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I do love the scale. It makes me set you apart. Makes me set you apart from the rest. What do letters mean, by the way? Just made stuff in my head. So they're not letters. It's a CGC grading scale. So the far left is Gem Mint 10. Then I have 7.5, 5, 2.5, and then maybe 0, or I can't remember. So it's my way of like taking a familiar theme such as CGC grading and putting it across on the bottom as a scale and using that to like judge my, how much I like that particular book versus the rest in that week. So
it is kind of genius. No, not even lying. There's so many times when I've been like, I wonder if he would just be mad if I just stole it. Just if I just stole it from him.
I'm trying to figure out a way to redo it because every month I get a complaint about it. Like, oh, you're real positive about it, but then it fell on the far right. And I'm like, dude, just give me a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you. And it's not one person in particular. I get that comment like once a month, probably for like the past 2 years. So,
well,
I'm like, whatever.
If you knew my burner accounts better, then you would tell me to shut up more often.
Super excited for EC, but disappointed. But was disappointed. Maybe we'll give this one a shot again. Yeah. Yep, I agree.
Yep.
All right. Let's keep glowing through here. What are you thinking about this row here?
Ooh,
anything?
Where Monsters Lie. I'm a sucker for Kyle Stark, so I'm definitely going to be reading that. See, we're back on more Mark Miller stuff here. Jupiter's Legacy. I am not reading, but I probably should. Prodigy, not reading, probably should. Grim Fairy Tales. Now I know you've been super high on this, man. Can you tell me a little bit about this? What you've been enjoying?
Yeah, it's kind of like Alice in Wonderland, but things are real grim. Like things are real dark. And yeah. Number 91. Wow. Okay.
Hey, kudos for making it to number 91. How many comics do we only get 6 issues before it's canceled? And they've reached 91. All right.
How many great comics only make 6 issues?
Exactly. They're doing something right. So kudos to you, Grim Fairy Tales.
Yeah. Prodigy has been an all right story. Nothing crazy, though. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay. Star Wars, again, we're not really reading anything Star Wars wise. Where Monsters Lie, I agree. You have to read volume 1. I'm going to say you have to read volume 1 to fully appreciate this volume here. This is volume 2, in case people don't know that.
Yeah. Well, you're
So
big on the you have to read that. I remember when Geiger was relaunched, and I was like, "Do you think I got to go back?" And you're like, "You absolutely have to go back. There's no
yes.
not without a shadow of a doubt." And I was just like, "All right, well, screw your opinion, Nick. I'm not going to do that."
What do you know about comic books?
Yeah, and I didn't, and I still had a great time with it.
Well, that just speaks to how great that story is in general and that character. Have you gone back and read volume 1 of Geiger yet?
No, not yet, because
Shut the
there's so
front
many
door,
freaking comics that come out on a weekly basis.
dude.
It's on the list, but
One of these slow weeks, you have to go back and read that like 6 issues or whatever it was. I think maybe it was 10. I can't remember.
Knowing that Junkyard Joe is coming, that's
Oh,
the part
for
that, like,
sure.
I need to read that character and understand what's going on there.
Did you read the limited series, Junkyard Joe?
I jumped on as soon
Holy
as
crap.
Ghost Machine became a thing, and once that became a thing, I was on board. But after anything prior to that, still have not read.
To be able to read that, to be able to read Junkyard Joe, that limited series for the first time again, man.
It's gonna be special. Yes. Okay, I'm excited.
It's gonna be special for sure. All right, I'm gonna probably just kind of glaze through these real quick because I don't know if there's anything that's huge coming out. But stop me.
Yeah, did you read Juvenile #1?
No.
It was okay. I was pleasantly surprised by it. It was one of these far-flung future stories where it was dystopian. Basically, there's a disease where people are dying when they like reach the age of like 21-ish, basically. But what they're finding out, and I'm sorry, so all of these teenagers are basically held in like hospital type areas here, but they're held, without their consent or anything like that, and they have to take this medication every single day. Otherwise, they'll go crazy and get the disease and die. But what you find out is it's actually superpowers that they're gaining, and they're trying to suppress the superpowers from happening because the people that had already lived and not gotten the disease and already, kind of surpassed being 21, they're like, whoa, we're not. It's basically the older generation suppressing the youth. So
gotcha.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I like the artwork. I like the storyline.
Okay. Yeah, good pitch. Anything else up here? Like Zootopia #1, I might just get because it's Zootopia. That was a big movie when it came out in our family, at least.
I was going to joke and say Zootopia, but no, nothing else is really.
Okay.
Oh, Sweet Paprika. They're doing things.
they're putting out books.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a strong list, actually.
Oh, Prairie God. Yeah, you like that one.
Prairie God's good. Spectrum #1. If you're sleeping on that book,
I missed that one. I wanted to get it.
Take pause, because I think that they're going to be doing something that is going to end up being, I hesitate to say special, but something that is very, very unique. This is the artist on here, Dave Chisholm, is the same guy that's done a lot of biographical work for like musicians. Like he did a Miles Davis book. He did if I'm not mistaken, a Jimi Hendrix book. Really, really unique art style. He's really tied in with music, and it kind of goes to show.
Look at this.
Yeah, exactly. Charlie Parker, he did a book for as well. It's very music centric, but they get real science fiction-y with it. It was fun. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, that was a book that design wise caught my attention during FOC. And I don't know if I got #1 or not. It didn't show up, I can tell you that. But yeah, #2's out.
Yeah. Okay. And even the cover right there looks like a really cool like LP album cover.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, so
yeah, the guy's got some design background or something like that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
DC Patrol in the house. What's going on, man? Good morning.
DC.
Thought you wouldn't make it. Here you are. You woke up. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. Hard time reading Omnis because I have so many polls each week, usually 15 to 25. When I hear people have consistently 15 to 25 a week, even on some of these weeks where I'm pulling like maybe 5 to like 10 books or something like that, I'll read more that are on the shelf later. But like, man, kudos to you guys reading 20, 25 books a week.
Yeah, no kidding. When your low end is my high end, that's
yeah,
good job. Yeah,
no kidding. Some love for Spectrum and Prairie Gods, Juvenile. Yep, cool.
Heck yeah.
All right, we're only in the second week. Let's get things rolling here. Not really picking up anything over here. Death of Cobra from Michael Fifi. He's coming out in issue #1. I have that one pulled. Hopefully it comes in. Do you know anything about this? Like, where does it fit? Is it new reader friendly, do we think?
No, this is the end of the Cobra universe. This is his swan song for all of the characters and the universe that he's created here. So this
So
is
maybe not read this if you haven't read the other stuff.
you might want to read the other stuff first. If you're on his Patreon though, he's got some really fantastic background stuff on it. He's got some Patreon exclusive or Etsy exclusive because that's where he primarily puts it out, right? Like
Right.
he's doing this because it's the end, but most of his
Yeah.
stuff has been self-published. He's
Yeah,
got
it's with
really
Image
awesome
now. It's awesome.
well, and he's done Image for the trades, and he did Image for the big deluxe edition stuff. So,
Yep.
yeah, I'm excited for
Cool.
this. But yeah,
I might not
check out
read
his
it.
Etsy though.
Yeah, I might go back because I have volume 1. I might go back. I might just hold this and just kind of keep it, for whenever I get around to it.
Well, and that's the kind of sucky part too, though, is that if you go back and read volume 1, that's only 12 issues, and he's on 40 something, 40 to 50 something on the series.
Oh God,
There's a lot of catch up to do. Yeah, so
well, if he's at Heroes, maybe I'll probably fill in that gap. We'll see.
yeah, there you go.
Hopefully. All right, I'm gonna keep going here. You just shout out something that you're interested in.
Moving right along.
here. Tower. Yeah, we're getting no covers. Okay, next week. Boop, 15th. I'll kick us off. Not reading Nightwing, but it is out. So there you go. 8th of ASM.
This is
that
that Point Death. Yeah.
Yeah, Point Death. World's Finest. We have Ultimate Wolverine, which I'm interested in, and then Wonder Woman, which I'm interested in, because Wonder Woman's a book that I just kind of gave up my criticisms about and I'm just reading it. So, and then Wolverine, I'm interested in that, and I'm not reading the other ones. What are you thinking up here?
Yeah, same thing. Nightwing, the writing is really good. The artwork is just okay, so it kind of falls in the middle range for me. If there was a book along the line here, I want to say Wonder Woman is exciting me most, but come on, like we have a Wolverine book from Chris Condon and Alessandro Cappuccio. Yeah, so like that's going to be awesome. That's going to be really good. The previews of the first couple pages have looked really great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, is this a connecting cover? It might be a connecting variants. Yeah. That's crazy. It's like Ice Cream Man almost.
Exactly. Yeah.
Batman and Robin Year 1, number 4. We both really like that book. I think you mentioned it as one of your tops. Is that right? Or did Stu?
Yep. No, that was my top pick.
Because Stu did double dipped on Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Great book.
When the day comes when an artist edition comes out of that, like I'm going to put my hard-earned dollars down. That's a great looking book.
Yep. Incredible Hulk, I'm not reading. Thor, I'm not reading. Titans, I'm not reading. And Miles, I'm not reading. Wow. Okay. Big
I'm
names.
Reading
not
Immortal.
reading them, though.
Yeah. Immortal's aggressively fine.
Thor?
If you like. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's just okay.
Yeah. I tried to read the first few issues and it didn't really do it. Herm's cutting down the 7 to 12 books, still struggling to keep up. Love the artwork in Titans. Pete Woods now is one of my favorites. There you go.
Nice. Okay.
Something to keep an eye on. I'm going to kick us off here. What are you looking up on this top row?
Oh, come on now. New gods all day, every day. Oh, just last night, I went back and I started reading the Jack Kirby originals because I want to, I don't know. I'm just all in on it. Like it's so exciting.
Yeah, it's really good. I just want to see some of the covers real quick. Ooh, Mike Perkins. This is a die cut.
That's
interesting. I love that wall. I don't know if that's part of the mythology, but this like wall of just impenetrable guardians is really cool.
Yeah.
It's probably part of the lore. I just haven't gotten to it yet because I'm doing the same thing as you. I'm reading volume 1 right now.
Yeah. I think it's issue 4 also has a Mike Huddleston variant that's coming out. Granted, this is a couple months down the line here, but it looks so good. I love it. And then G.I. Joe is definitely issue 1 didn't do it for me, but then issue 2 hit and I'm like, oh
yeah, I agree with that.
Maybe this is awesome. And so issue 3, if they can continue that trajectory, I'm excited.
Yeah. Yep. I agree with all that. Not reading Exceptional, not reading Catwoman, not reading Storm. So there you go.
Storm, again, peaks and valleys. Like issue 1 didn't do anything for me and I was immediately going to drop it. Then issue 2 was okay. I don't know if it did enough though.
Right. I'll kick us off here. Gunslinger, I'm not reading. Laura Kinney, I'll read it because of the crossover here with Daredevil, Elektra. I'll read that. Question, I'm not reading that because, man, I'm already struggling to like keep up with characters I don't quite know from the DC universe. And so like this is just another one. Maybe it's a cool book, but I'm not reading it. Nice house by the sea. You know, fool me
How about
once.
nice try?
Nice try. Nice try, Tynan. And then Moon is Following Us is a great book. So I'm actually double dipping on A and B's on that one. So yeah, it's gonna be a great collected read for sure. If you haven't read it.
I echo everything you said here. I have heard really good things about The Question, though. I think it was Taki
I bet.
that was saying it's a really good book. I just didn't pick it up because I think The Question is a really good street level crime driven character when they're up in the Watchtower and like really integrated within the greater DCU. I don't know if that really, does it for me. So wow, that cover is amazing looking though.
Yeah. Then we have wow, this looks like Carla Cohen, doesn't it? Good Lord.
Yeah.
But is it not? Is it?
Cover artist
Lucio Perillo. Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Ripping some styles there, maybe. No. Okay, let's keep going. I think Gorgon said I know nothing about New Gods, but it's really got me hooked. Yep. The Question is not new reader friendly at all.
Okay.
Okay. Well, there you go. I guess I made the right choice. I'll kick us off here. We got another deluxe. Maybe we do. That's kind of weird. If we got, I forget the cadence of that one. Scorched, TMNT, Naruto. Nope. Space Ghost number 9. I love everything Space Ghost right now. Eating that up. Definitely my favorite book of this row for sure. And then Feral I dropped after like 4 issues, something like that, because I think like the appeal of that kind of storytelling through the animal's eyes and stuff, after we had a few volumes of Stray Dogs and things like that, like the novelty of that kind of wore off on me. Yeah. And then seeing them fall into the classic horror tropes, seeing them fall for those kind of things, you know what I mean? Like as a reader, you know they're there because we're experienced in this horror vibe. Seeing them fall for it so easily, mixed on top of the whole thing of like seeing a story through their eyes, through an animal's eyes, I just fell off after like 4 issues.
It's a bit of a hat on a hat, right? It's the novelty of the animation, and it's also the novelty of the tropes of horror. So like you have to have really something intriguing to get past 6 issues of that and keep that momentum.
But I like the idea of it. I mean, like having a zombie kind of a film told through the eyes of cats with rabies. Like I think that's pretty cool.
Yep.
Rogue the Savage Land issue number 1, maybe.
It's got that Kari Andrews cover, dude.
I know it's really
that makes it really difficult. I was about to say really hard, and that would have been inappropriate. It makes it very difficult.
Did you hear that, Stu? He's coming back again. Yeah, I'm all in with Feral. I love the drama and art. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean the drama and art is what sells it, right? Like for sure. Minor Arcana issue number 5. I got number 4, I think late. I just read it and I really liked it. So I'm continuing that Jeff Lemire train.
Yep, same here. I think it's finally got its legs underneath it, and it's starting to tell an intriguing story.
Yeah, the other ones I'm not reading though. How about you?
I read Challengers of the Unknown number 1, but kind of similar to what Gorgram was saying about The Question, not new reader friendly necessarily. So I didn't really, it didn't hit as hard as maybe it would be if you know those characters much better than I do.
Yeah, looking at the cover, I can't even tell you who's in it. Is that Batman? I guess that's Batman. And then
yeah, they're working with all the greater Justice League characters, so
interesting.
Yeah,
I couldn't. Okay, Aquaman. Okay, well, sure.
It's like, yeah, when you got to put Batman and Aquaman on your cover to sell it because people don't know the Challengers, like that's a bummer.
I don't know the Challengers. It's that DC hole, right? That black hole where it's like there's always a team, and it's always the same 9 people, but there's a few interchangeable people.
Well, and I would say that they are DC's Fantastic Four, but it's quite the contrary. The Fantastic Four are really Marvel's Challengers of the Unknown because they came out first.
Wow. Okay. Let's keep going. What about this row? What are you looking at? Anything?
Nothing. Move on.
Me neither. Another What If Galactus. Yeah. Dick Tracy number 7. Bearded Comic Bro. Greg. He's loving that.
Yep. So he's digging it.
2nd issue in the new arc. So you can pick up number 6 potentially and start there if you don't want to read 1 through 5, or you can pick up 1 through 5 and get caught up and jump right into 6 and 7.
Yeah. It's a quick, fun read for sure.
Yeah. Anything else? Don't think so.
Nope. No.
Knights FML Standstill number 6. Man, number 5 sucked.
Oh, dude.
But 1 through 4 were fine, but 5 sucked.
The
So-
art change was like, we talk about jarring art changes. It was, and I don't want to
Hard.
like talk down to the artist that was working on it because that's not what I intend to do. But
Right.
dude, it was real rough. Like yeah, it was like a kick to the shins, kind of like, oh, okay, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
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 FML though. Oh, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say we've seen runs where they do an art shift and they do it the right way, but this was like completely different styles, and it came out of nowhere. It felt like, and I'm like, even the story went down too, and I don't know if those things were connected or not. You know,
Yeah.
so it just, I mean, 5 fell way flat, but I liked 1 through 4.
Yep.
I was
Exactly.
digging that. Is it a book you have to read? Like, no, but it's a book that you don't necessarily regret reading. It's a fun story. It's a cool premise, but like, yeah, 5 sucked.
Yeah. FML though, I read issue number 1 and it didn't do anything for me, and I got a lot of slack for it in my comments for the video. I'm like, okay, maybe I missed something. Maybe something didn't work for me. Issue number 2 hit way harder and it did way more for me. Ooh, is that? Yeah, it is all red. Okay.
Yeah, you could look at that hair in those eyes.
Yeah, that's kind of awesome. So all of a sudden, I'm kind of excited for this book.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's very niche, very it's either going to work for you or it's not. I think it might kind of work for me though. So I don't know. I'm quietly excited for this.
I'm not reading the other ones either.
Yeah, nah.
Let's see. We might be getting down to the bottom again, so I'm just going to quickly, you pulling anything up in this row?
No. I think once we reach like a Gun Honey type of book, I think we're pretty safe to be able to sneak away to another one.
Well,
but we got Space Usagi.
For due diligence sake, Space Usagi might be worth checking out. It's in issue number 3 of White Star Rising. So that's interesting. If you're into the Lovesick universe, Dollpart's A Lovesick Tale number 2. I read volume number 1. It was certainly interesting. So I didn't even know there was another series out.
Yeah.
Skin Police. I think you were reading that one.
There we go. Yes, Jordan Thomas is quietly becoming one of my most anticipated writers. Mugshots that he did with Mad Cave was really excellent. I went back and read that after I read Skin Police and kind of found out about him. Yeah, Skin Police is good so far, man. It's really good.
Sweet. DC's liking The Brood. DC Patrol's liking The Brood. So there you go.
Nice.
Really impressed with anything Minor Threats. That's good. Let's see what else we got. Zdarsky newsletter. That's funny that makes it up on there.
Yeah,
I agree. They're awesome.
Heck yeah. Yeah, those are fun.
Kanto. There's another Kanto volume out there, I guess. A Place Like Home. There you go. Issue number 6.
I thought they ended that with the last minis. Well, never mind. Whatever. I haven't read a single issue.
Did you read volume 1? I really recommend volume 1 of Kanto if no one's read it. Maybe even volume 2, but like you can stop there.
Okay.
But 1 for sure. 1's great.
Okay.
Yeah. So put that on your never-ending list of things to think about.
Yeah, no kidding.
Kosher Mafia. Nothing up here for me.
Nothing. Nope.
Yeah. Keep going. Nope.
Dinosaurs versus Cowboys, though. Come on, it's a new number 1. Maybe.
Yep. Maybe.
No.
Maybe that'll be on Cover Price Top 10.
Yeah, exactly.
If there's a Mark Spears cover, there'll be 4 of them.
And yeah, we're down to the cover list.
All right, next one. I'll kick us off. Ultimate Spider-Man number 13, Kraven the Hunter Ultimate version. Man, it was very interesting last issue. So I'm sucked back in. We got some more action. It's talking head. It's still interesting though. Now we're gonna get some more action. Can't wait for it.
Yep.
Detective, I'm hate reading at the moment. To be honest with you, because I have some baggage with Tom Taylor. I've got a lot of emotional baggage with that writer. So anything he writes, I'm kind of pulling forward. And I'm just like, man, I just been burned a lot with that guy. But it's been fine. It's been fine. But Absolute Wonder Woman is the best Absolute book out, I think. And then I'm not reading ASM. Superman, I wish I was reading a little bit, but I did touch base with it here and there.
Read it.
Yeah.
Just read it. It is so shockingly good.
Josh Williamson.
It is. dude, it
Yeah.
is really awesome. And if like you, I know you weren't necessarily reading comics at the time the Death of Superman came out, but like
Oh,
it was a
by far not.
cultural like time frame, right? Like you
Mhm.
have a history with it at the very least, right?
Yeah, and I've reread it since then, since I got in the comics. Yeah.
It's really exciting, dude. I think as far as the big two superhero type of comics, that's probably one of the it's definitely one of the top 10, might even be one of the top 5 right now.
Wow.
It's really
Yeah.
great.
I did read the issue where Doomsday like comes back and he's in this new form.
Yes.
And that's the issue. I read that one issue and then I didn't read one since then.
No. I mean,
And there's
yeah.
probably what, been one or two since then, so it wouldn't take a whole lot of time to get back on that.
As we're learning here, January is slim pickings, so it might be the time.
Yeah. What about you? Yeah, you're probably getting
I'm
most of
I-
these except for ASM.
No, I'm still gonna get ASM. I'm gonna ride
wow,
this
okay.
8 deaths out. I'm committed to it. It's gonna happen. I'm not hate reading it, but like, I'll find the room for it.
How do you remove a wrench? I'm trying to figure out how do you
Oh, okay.
remove.
I spoke very highly of it, and now you do this. You do me dirty like this, Herm.
21 was awesome. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a book I got to go back and read. Yeah, cool. Uncanny X-Men number 9. I think we talked about our general thoughts on that already because
Yeah.
we had one coming out in the beginning of the month, so maybe it's some misprint on the date. Who knows?
Yeah. Just get away from the crossover, and maybe it kind of gets better.
Yeah. Justice League Unlimited number 3. I'm liking it. So I'm more interested in how they're going to connect all the dots with the Absolute World.
Yes.
So I'll read it for that, for the sake of that. Plus, I mean, it's Wade and Mora, right? So it's like, okay,
Yep.
sure, obviously. And then Green Arrow and then Void Rivals. Void Rivals, a book. Again, I'm at the party and I don't get the jokes, but I'm laughing because I want to be cool.
Yeah. Oh man.
And
Yeah.
Green Arrow 20. Here we go.
Green Arrow is pretty awesome. I'm liking the street level aspects of it. I'm right there with Void Rivals. I read issue number 1 and I'm like, there was a transformer at the end. Okay. Like I still didn't understand anything on the previous 21 pages. So
yeah, but I'm so happy
Okay.
for the people who are in on the joke and they're like super happy. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, because it builds out on that universe, right? And I don't even understand what's going on in the regular universe, let alone the outlier.
I don't even know when this takes place. Like that's how lost I am in this book. I don't know if it takes place 1,000 years ago. I don't know if it takes place current day. I have no idea. I have no clue when this book happens.
Yeah,
No
I
idea.
guess I mean, I've only read issue number 1, but like I've
Well,
kept
guess
on
what?
hearing people.
16 issues in, and I still don't know.
Okay, all right. Well,
they might be
yikes.
playing. Yeah. There are context clues, especially with I think some of the reunions that might happen throughout the book, and and when you see your first Transformers reveal, those are probably enough context clues for people who are in the know to ballpark it. But for someone like me, I'm like, I have no idea.
Well, within Transformers, you have people kind of hopping back and forth between Earth and Cybertron. So I kind of assumed that it would be taking place like within real time in all of the books, because there's gonna come a day where it's G.I. Joe crosses over the Transformers, which crosses over the Void Rivals, and you can't really do that if this is way in the future or way in the past.
Maybe you can if there's a black hole nearby. Who knows?
Oh, okay. Well, there's always that possibility. Yeah.
I think all right. Flash, Wolverine. God, there's another. Hey, it's coming out eventually. Wolverine 4, Revenge 4, Harley Quinn, World Tree, Phoenix. I know we're both liking Phoenix. You'll probably hate read Wolverine. Are you reading the other ones? Flash, Harley, World Tree?
No, I didn't even know World Tree was still coming out. To be honest with you,
I think it's coming back.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay,
this issue. I think we'll see. Oh my, what is happening here? 24 April. Where am I going? May, June.
Whoa.
June 26th to January 22nd. Okay, well that might be the reason why we forgot about this book.
Yeah. Okay. There was a. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. So number 14 comes out before number 13.
Yeah, this is
Interesting
just
move, Tynan. Interesting.
Maybe that's all part of his plan.
Yes, exactly. There's something with the number 13. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you though. Yeah, hate reading Wolverine. Maybe they end it nicely. I don't know. I don't have high hopes. Phoenix is surprisingly fun though. I dig that.
I like it. I blame you for that one. I'm reading it too. The Red Band edition of Wolverine 4. Okay, for Revenge 4. Got it. All right, what about this row? What are you liking?
I don't know if I'm gonna continue to hate read Iron Man. I might still because it's Iron Man with a big sword, and dude,
Yeah.
that's the only reason. It's like that's it. Like you throw a big sword on a cover with Iron Man, I'm like, all right, let's see what's going
Steampunk
on.
Wolverine, a steampunk Iron Man with a big sword.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not blowing my mind, but it's fine.
Sure.
Yeah, nothing else on this row whatsoever. Though we already
Yeah.
talked about the red band version of Wolverine, so
Yeah. House of
yeah,
Slaughter, Scarlet Witch, Kingspawn. Not reading any of those.
yeah.
Mystique, I read issue number 1, did not like it. Didn't read 2 or 3. I guess 4 is coming out. But Hyde
Well,
Street number 3, loved issue number 1. I liked issue number 1, loved issue number 2. We have issue number 3 coming out. So
yep.
I'm excited for that one. And then
Yeah, same boat.
The other ones I'm not reading.
Oh, you're not reading Black Canary?
No.
You're lucky.
Should I be
No,
reading Black
it's
Canary?
well, like
Okay. Well,
m-
oh, it's
all of
Tom
the
King.
yes, all of the things that we love about Tom King
Don't exist here?
exist here. It's all of the
Got it.
worst, yeah, parts of Tom King, right? It's just so wordy. It's more wordy than it needs to be.
Yeah. He's a guy we talked about on the monthly comic review show. He's a guy that we either love his stuff or we hate it. And there's not a lot of writers like that for me.
Yeah,
Where it's either one of the worst things I read and I struggle to get through each issue, or it's the pick of the week or pick of the month or top 5 of the year.
yeah.
It's really weird how he works, man.
Yeah, he's
don't get it.
incapable of writing just an okay comic book, which is kind of
Yeah,
stupendous.
right.
Like kudos to that.
It's true. It's all or nothing, man.
Yeah.
It is all or nothing. Yeah. First issue and nothing else. Great intros. Yeah, we talked about that as well.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep. Love Hyde Street for sure. Black Canary fan, but not Tom King's writing. There you go.
Yep.
G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. I kind of wish I kept up with this book, but I couldn't read this and the new ones, right? So I kind of gave up on Real American Hero.
Yeah, I'm a simple brained person. I cannot follow 2 G.I. Joe books at once. I'm gonna find myself being confused.
It's no Batman. That's
Yeah.
for sure. TVA number 2, didn't read number 1 because I just know this isn't going to go very far and everything's going to be non-consequential. So Horror Presents, nope. Hell of a Rain, nope. Metamorpho, nope. Not reading any of these.
Yeah, no. I read Metamorpho number 1. I cannot imagine
you struggled.
back. Oh yes. Well, it's not that it was struggle, like, dude. Okay, so I talked about Godzilla being arguably the most niche book that's come out of the year.
Masterpiece Theater? Yeah.
Yes. Metamorpho gives it a run for its money. Like there is going to be a subset of people that just like adore this book.
Yeah.
And I'm not part of the cool kids club. I'm just not.
That's funny. That's really great.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's very Silver Age. Very much so.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. All right. DC Horror Presents 3 had a Patrick Horvath story.
Oh,
interesting.
Interesting. All right.
Okay. It's good to know.
Yeah.
I'm not getting anything up here. Night Watchers, Doctor Doom, Rat City Abyss, and Rangers Prime.
I thought that Epitaphs from the Abyss was actually ending, so I'm surprised. Maybe this is the final issue though. So
yeah, potentially. Well, let me just pull it up. No, we got 8, we got 9.
Never mind. Okay.
We got more coming.
All right. Cool for them.
Nothing,
I'm proud of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing else for me up here.
Yeah. Moving right along.
Xavier's Secret X-Men issue number 1.
Oh, get out of here. How many more secrets can this man have? Like, seriously? Like, what else is he holding back? Does he have another child that he hasn't been caring for?
Does he have another girlfriend that he abandoned? That eventually had demonic powers and took out his children?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He makes bad choices. He's a bad person.
He dates the wrong people.
Yeah.
Everybody he dates ends up destroying the world. Grayskull, Creepshow.
That Creepshow cover looks cool, but outside of, is that Martin Morazzo?
It's Morazzo.
Yeah.
Might be a cover grab. Who knows?
Yeah.
Another Galactus book, Gunslinger, Time Waits number 3. Oh my God, that book. I remember reading number 1. I didn't even see number 2. I guess we have number 3 coming out.
There we go.
And Tin Can number 5, which I think we all love. So
yeah, Tin Can is amazing. Book. Yeah, it came out of nowhere too, dude. Like Peter Warren,
for sure.
Never heard of the dude before, and like he hit hard. So that's
for sure. Godzilla Monsterpiece Theater, and I'm far from a cool kid.
You're a cool kid, DC. We know.
Yeah, Epitaph goes to 12. Thanks. Cool. What else we got? Oh, speaking of Godzilla Monster Beast Theater, we have issue number 3. Oh, we have the Mummy on here. We have Werewolf. We have Dracula. We have Frankenstein. What? Okay. Yeah.
I will say I did finally go back and read issue number 2, and it was better than issue number 1. It was
Yeah.
way more silly in a good way.
Look at this.
Oh, that's cool.
Come on.
It's hard. It's
Dracula
hard to like.
die bombing.
Yeah, you can't hate on this, right? Like, is it going to be your pick of the
Yeah.
week? Maybe not, but like, are you going to have a good time with it? Probably.
Yeah, exactly. That's one of those books that like it just makes you smile when you read it.
Yeah.
City Beneath Her Feet, distillery book, Robbie's pick of the week, and one of his picks during the monthly comic book review show. Did not read number 1. Comes highly recommended from James Tynan. So
I will say, yeah, if you're leery on Tynan, just look at the pretty pictures, man, because Elsa Chartier does really, really good work.
Yeah, and then we have Arcbound number 3. People might be interested in that since it has a couple different interesting collaborators. Scott Snyder on this one. Tom Hardy was helping with the overall story, but not the scripting, if I'm not mistaken. So,
yeah.
Rogue, what's going on, dude? Thanks for coming in. Happy holidays, dude. Thanks for coming in. All right, let's keep rolling. Magic Order, Mark Millar. I'm not really like again. I actually think I'm caught up with Magic Order Volume 5, issues 1, 2, and 3. So I might continue reading this just to kind of stay in the know.
You were really high on Magic Order at the onset of it. Like, yeah, I remember you were like a big.
I was a Volume 1 reader, man. I was reading all the way through, but somewhere in Volume 3 or 4, I fell out because I'm like, this is getting too hard to keep up with.
Yeah.
So. Anything else?
I really like the premise, though. It's really interesting. Nothing else. I already talked about like Savage Dragon, kind of wanting to hop on that, but no, I'm not getting anything else. There are some people out there that are saying Powerpuff Girls though is quietly amazing. So
I hear the same thing. Maybe I can get into it one day.
Oh, here we go.
Go for it.
Grim Fairy Tales. Your book of the month.
Oh, Grim Fairy Tales.
We get 2 of them. No, Null Hunter. Null Hunter is. Again, it's one of those that like there's so many books out that are really, really blowing our minds right now that I feel like this is going. It's kind of flying under the radar. But Michael Walsh is crafting a really fun story. Not anything terribly original, right? Because it's the 12 Labors of Hercules, so you can't really call that original. But the landscape that it's taking place in, and some of the artwork in the book,
it's
really top notch. Really, really good stuff.
I didn't read number 3. I think there was some kind of issue or something like I didn't read number 3. I like number 1. I like number 2. So I got to go back.
Blame Diamond.
It's ridiculous right now.
It is. It's really bad.
Little Batman month 1, number 3. I don't know. I don't remember the 1 month or month 1 subtitle, but okay, yeah. Not reading out any other ones though.
Oh, you didn't stick around for Drawing Blood? I thought isn't that like the
It's the Eastman story in a way. Yeah. No, Robbie was reading it. I don't know if I've heard him talk about it lately.
Yeah, it's been a second. I did hear Scotty S. Vaughn talking about In Bloom, saying that issue number 1 was really doing it for him. So that might be one I circle back around and take a look at. Mm-hmm.
Michael Conrad. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
What else we got? Anything up here?
Not a whole heck of a lot here. I've heard people talk about Toxic Avenger. Haven't dove into it.
Me neither. Yeah, DC agrees. I wanted to love Null Hunter 1. Interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, John Pearson is great. Yep. Powerpuff Girls is so much fun. There you go.
Yep.
I'm giving Savage Dragon a go 30 some years later.
Dude, that's where a lot of people are finding themselves. So it's
funny.
It's this crazy resurgence.
Long Cold Winter. Did you read that number 1? Okay, yeah.
Number 1 brought it up on the monthly comic book review show.
That's right.
Artwork is just mind-blowingly good. It's it's very, very unique.
Yeah.
Kill Train number 1. Dude, Mad Cave is kind of they're kind of like the Vault of a couple of years ago where they're putting out a lot of good books like one after another. So like I kind of got to give them a chance and see what's going on. Who's the creative team?
And Olivia Briggs is on this one too. So she's done things I've read in the past.
Okay.
But yeah, so interesting.
Yeah, it's worth a shot. New number 1.
Yeah. Could check it out. What else we got? Not a whole lot up here.
Nope.
We might be hitting that area. Last Wardens number 6. Nothing over here.
Oh, we get those coverless covers.
Yeah, we're getting none of the coverless ones.
Keep on scrolling.
All right. We
The
got
5th Wednesday.
the 5th Wednesday. I'm sure it's going to be great. Saga. I don't know if we're going to get 2 issues in the same month, but
Yeah,
maybe
I'll
if
put
it's
my
a
money on that.
5th. If it's a 5th, maybe. Who knows? That'd be kind of
We'll see.
weird though. Ultimate X-Men, Green Lantern, TMNT number 6. What's your favorites up here?
Saga if it comes out for sure.
Yeah.
I'm still on the Ultimate X-Men bandwagon. It's something that's either gonna keep your interest or not.
Yeah.
It's doing it for me though. It's doing it for me.
Yeah.
X-Men, get out of here. I'm done with you. Jed, I don't blame Jed. Jed, you've done good work here, but something
That's
is
funny.
off. Something is totally off in the X office, and I don't like it. And Green Lantern, I gotta find an in. I want to start reading that book, and I can't find the doorway.
Yeah. What about TMNT? Like I'm really not liking TMNT.
Dude, issue number 1 did nothing for me, and I kept trying to dive back in, and like I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like that was before I knew what a comic book was, I loved Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So it is such a bummer that I don't like this right now. I'm really I'm ticked off at myself more than anything, but it's just not doing it.
I know. It's just such a shame. I just want to check who's.
And look at that.
They're still switching up art.
That's amazing.
It's a great cover. That issue just didn't do it for me.
No,
I don't know. The last issue we explored our mayor character a little bit more, like his backstory about why he's so jaded, and like I'm kind of tired of that storyline. Like I'm kind of tired of that arc of that character arc where he's kind of bullied and then he grows up to be a bully. I'm like, man, whatever happened to just being crazy? You know what I mean? Just being twisted. You know what I mean?
Good old fashioned crazy.
It's just good old fashioned villains. That's what I like. I don't like villains that were picked on as a kid. Now they're mayor and they can do whatever they want to do. Sales in the house. What's going on, dude?
Hey,
thanks for coming in. He pre-ordered Trample. There you go.
Okay.
Saga's a great cover. Yep.
They're all great covers. Yeah.
Love what they've been doing with Green Lantern for sure.
Well, Rogue, if you could put it in the chat, man, where should I jump in then? But and please, for the love of God, don't say number 1. But where's a good jumping on point?
I can't read 19 issues.
Yeah.
How dare you not like TMNT, Eric?
The surprising thing is I heard that they're going to have a crossover with ASM where the new Venom Paul is going to be interacting with the Turtles. Now, this is like little industry insider information, Herm, but just, that
was a retailer call.
Yeah. One of those retailer calls. Yeah. Could have been a fever dream too. I don't know.
Deadpool, Department of Truth, Moon Knight, Fists of Khonshu, TMNT, Last Ronin 2, Re-Evolution number 4, and then Redcoat number 9. So Redcoat for me for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
TMNT, I'm caught up on it still, so maybe I'll read this one, but I'm not digging it still.
Dude, Department of Truth. Of all the things, yes, you can. You can though, dude. I know we all dropped off on that freaking Bigfoot issue.
I stayed around a little while, but I just couldn't figure it out after a while. It was too much information.
Dude, the Marilyn Monroe arc that just finished up was
I heard that was good.
It was really good, man. Like and that's the only reason I can't just say like Tynan's trash. He's not trash because this book is really great.
Moon Knight, I really liked Jen McKay's relaunch of it. Maybe what was it, over a year ago at this point?
Well, which relaunch? Was it the 4th series or
no, it was
3rd series that he wrote for him, or
don't do that to me?
The 7th?
It was the one where he sets up the Midnight Mission. No, it was one of the more recent ones, right? And before he died, before Moon Hunt, what was his name? Moon Hunter, Hunter's Moon. That whole arc, right? I really like that. I read issue number 1 of the Fist of Khonshu, and I knew I didn't really want to read the story when it was the exact same premise as everything else that we've seen so far in this run. It's where he comes back, he walks casually into the pits of hell, which is just a bar in New York or whatever, right? And he goes up against this villain we've never seen before, surrounded by his goons. He punches a few in the face, he threatens the guy and walks away. And I'm like, wow, this is every issue of Moon Knight I've ever read in my life.
Yes, exactly. Like,
and I'm like, okay, I'm good.
Fun and exciting, but
it's like I'm good. He's back. He's punching dudes in the face and walking away. Okay.
Yeah.
Redcoat, we all love that.
Johnny Appleseed, let's do it.
It's gonna be so good. This is one I'm really looking forward to. The Ice Cream Man 1-page horror stories. The names on this are so good, man.
It's incredible.
We have Grant Morrison, Patton Oswalt, Zoe Thorogood, Jeff Johns, Jeff Lemire, Kelly Sudaconic. We have Matt Fraction, We have good old Neon doing the interiors as well. We have Dennis Camp. It's just so good. And then Frank, whoever I'm not sure who that is. But then we also have Prince doing some stuff too. 1-page horror stories. So good.
That's a murderer's row of creators, dude. That
It's
is
really, really good.
fantastic.
Yeah. And again, they're 1-page horror stories. So it's gonna be really, really special. I've read a couple of them already, and they are really, really nice. They're truly like 1-page horror stories. And I think W. Maxwell Prince has a few in here. So he's kind of peppered in throughout the run or throughout the issue.
Dude, in any other book, I would kind of roll my eyes and be like, oh, okay, what a gimmicky little thing to sell a book. No, not with Ice Cream Man. No, I think this is going to be special.
Yeah, for sure. It's 43 pages long. Everybody gets 1 page to tell a story. Really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. 1-page stories are hard to pull off, but I'm sure they can do it. Yeah, they can. Again, I've read, like I said, I've read a couple, and the ones I've read are really good. So I'm interested to see where it goes from there for sure. Anything else? West Coast, Psylocke. I'm going to read Psylocke.
I'm going to read Psylocke. Yeah, Alyssa Wong is a solid writer. I like the book. I don't think it's anything out of the norm of what we're getting, but like that's okay. We know what to expect with the Big 2 book, and this is very much a Big 2 book.
Yep. All right, let's keep going. Rockefellers issue number 3. Yep, I'm going to be reading that one,
dude.
And Hellhunters number 2. I'll read that one too.
I got to go back and read Hellhunters number 1. Rockefellers number 2. Such a charming, heartwarming story that I didn't expect. Like I thought that we would really kind of push the story forward. We didn't do that in big ways, but it still didn't feel out of place, man. I really loved it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. And I would recommend go back and check out Hellhunters. I could have used more zombie villains, but I think it was a cool number 1.
Yeah,
won't change your life, but it's fun.
Yeah, Philip Kennedy Johnson. He's for the most part, I think he's a very, very solid writer who does some outstanding work here too.
Yeah. Anything else up here?
Nah.
I'm getting the Frizzen Hello Darkness. I can tell you that. If there is one. Oh shit. Oh yeah, it's a polybag.
Wow.
So
wow.
We'll see.
That'll pair well with your Grim Fairy Tales. I'm gonna keep
Superman,
that going.
Not getting Superman.
Who's the creative team on that one?
Just out of curiosity.
It is Joshua Williamson. Maybe I will be picking that up, and I just didn't know it.
Yeah. Is that oh god! For a second there, I thought it was Miller.
It kind of looks
a Miller
like
cover from a distance. I was like, oh no, what are we doing?
Is that Ramita? Who is that?
Gleb.
Oh,
Gleb Melkinov.
Yeah, he's the artist on ASM right now.
There you go. Pick that up too.
Yep. Ultra Mega.
You're reading Ultraman. Are you reading Black Cloak still?
I'm still on Black Cloak. I've been, it's been dipping. My interest has been waning, but I think the arc should be, ending here probably with either this issue or the next one. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes, but I think it's still worthwhile.
Yeah. I should be reading it because I loved volume 1. But
I think volume 2 has been better, honestly.
That's weird. Yeah, I'm too out. I got 2 issues in the volume 2, and I was like, I don't know, man. And then something I didn't get one or whatever, and then all of a sudden 2 more issues come out, and I'm like, whatever.
Yeah, it becomes hard when that happens.
But you're a big Ultra Mega fan. I know a lot of guys are. It's just not on my radar.
It's so weird. It's so difficult to review because it's not a story that makes any sense whatsoever. But dude, James Herron's artwork is
funny.
Just fantastic. It's so awesome.
Rogue like Rockefeller, DC's Screaming Violator. Yep.
Some people really dig on Violator, man, and that's great. I love when there's books out there that are like, I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here, but like if everyone else is liking it, that's awesome.
Yeah. Let's keep going. Hornsby and Halo. I still have to read issue number 2. It came out last week.
Yep.
I know we had some copies at the shop. I just didn't get my hands on one for some reason. More Red Sonja, more What Ifs, new Star Wars stuff, new Legacy number 1. Interesting.
Yeah. Hornsby and Halo is the only absolutely for sure book I'll read on this for this row here.
Yeah. If I get caught up on number 2, I'll definitely read number 3 for sure. Anything over here? Book of Cutter. Nope.
I was going to say, I want to know if you're going to read Book of Cutter. I'm not.
Well, I'll tell you if I'm going to buy it for sure. Nope, I'm not. There we go.
All right, hey, it's worth a shot.
Yeah, nothing else up here though for me.
Nah, same.
Seasons number 1.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a book. I think I caught Rick Remender, Paul Azaceta, and Mateus Lopes. Yeah, definitely. That's a hell of a team right there. So,
dude, not only that, but it's hitting my sweet spot. It's a detective story. So like you give me a crime story, I'm already like you already have my interest, and then you have this kind of creative team. I'm in, dude. Like just please,
right.
oh please God, let this be amazing. Like not just good, but
I hope it
amazing.
is. It should be really good.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to it. Big Herm says I'm reading Book of Cutter. Of course you are.
All right.
There you go. Rick Remender always gets at least one issue. Yeah,
That's a
for
good
sure.
rule. Good rule.
That's it. Yeah. And then so excited for the seasons. Yeah, we got some people really resonating with the seasons.
All right.
Yeah, for sure. DC. Yeah. That's good. Anything else up here? Storm, Defiant, Nightclub, Fire and Ice.
You know, depending on how the month or that week turns out, maybe that Storm, Life,
maybe Storm,
Dream, maybe
Life Dream. John Jennings. I don't know.
I don't know
Curtis
any
Baxter.
of them. That's a very
4
clear
writers.
cut maybe. Well, and I think this is supposed to be a playoff of the Life Debt, arc that Claremont had in the latter issues of the hundreds and Uncanny. So
it's a little over my head, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
In that perspective. Okay. What else we got?
I see something you're getting.
What? What? Wait a minute. Hold on. She's doing a crap. That's a cover A. Okay.
That's a cover A. Wow.
Apparently. I'm gonna have to go back and make sure I got that one.
I like that it's not like surprise delight when you find one. You're disappointed in yourself, like stupid, Nick, stupid. I didn't see it before.
I mean, it stands out so much, right?
Yes.
Anything up here? DC Lex in the City, Something Crawling, DuckTales, Dust to Dust.
Dust to Dust. Yeah, I gotta read issue number 2 because they're like I need to see what's happening in this story. Be on the lookout for my review for issue number 1, dropping tomorrow morning.
Nice. Lex in the City, LOL.
Okay, gotta give him credit for that one.
I'm still reading House of Slaughter, so I'll check out Book of Cutter. Ooh, masochist. Like it.
Yeah, nice. I'm still reading Daredevil, dude. So like I'm right there with you. I know your pain.
We all have our vices for sure.
Yeah.
What else we got? Red Before Black number 4, Stephanie Phillips. Interesting. Babs. Silverhawk.
Dude, I want to say that like I'm excited for all these Dynamite properties that are drawing on all of this nostalgia.
Yeah.
It hasn't hit me though. It hasn't really drawn me in. Like I should dig all this stuff, man. And it's not that I'm not digging it, but it's just like it's not the right book at the right time right now for me.
The only one that has been an absolute must read for me is Space Ghost. Like that one is like by far the best.
Yeah. I think what I need to do is like pick up the number 1 issue of like Darkwing Duck and Silverhawks and Thundercats and just pour like a big fat bowl of cereal and enjoy it the way that it needs to be enjoyed, just like the cartoons were. And maybe that's what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, that would be funny if you actually sat down like Saturday morning in front of your TV or something like that and just turned on whatever cartoons and then just started reading that. Maybe that would be pretty good. Trying to grab this, trying to see if this Frizzen cover is still available. Let's see here. Vampirilla. It is. Pre-order.
Get it.
Sorry, I had to go on to. They have a Virgin Foil variant too. Anyway, all right. Silverhawks is a thing that's completely lost on me. I have no idea what it's about, who they are. I don't know anything about it. Maybe I'll get it.
Dude, my biggest memory is that there was a bald character that I had the toy. It was the only Silverhawk toy I had, and he was my stand-in for Professor X that in my headcanon could walk when I was playing with my toys as a kid. So
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Is Maniac ever coming out? No.
It's Aftershock. Like, I mean, even if it's solicited, which we kind of see a peek of it right at the very bottom, but like, don't.
No, what are we talking about? Nope. Haven't checked out any of the Dynamite nostalgia books. Yeah, check out Space Ghost, man. That's the one I'm championing. Like that's amazing. If I had to redo I should have put it in my. I'm sure I could have bumped something out of my top 20, the ones that I focused on in my video. I could have bumped one out and put that one in.
Yeah, I didn't. Go with your gut though. Your gut is mostly right on like that kind of stuff, right? If you poo over it too much, like you just end up regretting it in the end. So
It's so hard. It was an honorable mention. So
Yeah.
there you go. Mark Spears Monsters. I hear a lot of great things. I haven't gotten any of them. I don't think.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
okay.
number one. I don't even know.
Dude, everyone else and their mother is getting it, so that's okay because like they don't need us talking about this book clearly, like because
Yeah.
everyone loves
No,
it.
we need to drive sales.
Yeah,
It's
they're
selling
like,
for $1,000 on eBay, whatever variant. Labyrinth, Blood Squad 7,
Blood Squad 7 is
Maniac.
awesome. Like that's again not going to change your life, but if you have a lot of nostalgia for the 90s, but
Mhm.
done so through the scope of modern day comics, it's really
Yeah.
fun. I'm enjoying the heck out of that book.
I read number 1, but I didn't keep up with it after that.
Yeah. Chicken Devils.
Chicken Devil, remember that book?
Yeah, that was
Number
a good one.
5. That better
Yeah,
be
this is
volume 3, number 5. I swear.
no, dude, like this has probably been solicited 14 times at this point here.
It's the Gargoyle of Gotham of Aftershock books.
Dude, every Aftershock book is the Gargoyle of Gotham at this point. So
It's the radio apocalypse of Blood Train, Hack Slash, String. No, not reading any of those. Green Hornet and Miss Fury. Interesting.
Ooh, was that Batman Long Halloween? Was this one of their noir editions? Is that what that
Noir
is?
edition number 1.
Yeah.
Might be interesting. I'm glad they're doing these like noir cover like editions. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's like an artist edition on the cheap,
Yeah.
so can't be mad at that.
Yeah, for sure. Shatterspin Kid Maroon, Battle Action. You Never Heard of Me.
Kid
No?
Maroon, I'm gonna check that out. It's Chris Cantwell, but it's also Vault. So
Okay. Oh, look at this.
yeah, that's awesome,
Look
right?
at that. Oh, that's enough to buy it right there.
Mhm. Yeah,
That's really cool.
exactly.
What else we got? Power Lords from Omni. Looks interesting. Exciting Comics. Issue number 49. There we go.
Okay.
Sync, Evangeline. Oh, MLP. There you go. You can go back to your book club. Your My Little Pony fan club.
There are dozens of us.
I'll go to my Archie fan club.
Yeah, no, move it. Yeah, we're
Moving
getting
on.
into some pickings.
Moving on. Here's
We're getting
here's your
spicy.
Lil 6. Perfect. Nothing else really over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it up here a second ago. Yep. Here you go. Evangeline, Ron Liefeld.
What is this from Counterpoint Comics?
Yeah,
Oh god.
let's see. Good lord.
Oh god.
It has a couple covers too. Anyway, moving on. Ooh, we got lost here.
Yeah, it's okay. I think we were at the very bottom.
I think we're at the very bottom.
Yeah.
Cool. So double check. Ooh, no Space Ghost Matina cover, and we got some X-rated variants. Awesome. Okay, sweet. Okay,
Spice must flow.
Perfect.
Yep.
The shock. Yep. Manga Z. Hello. Yep, for sure. Well, that looks like it's about it, man. We got it's gonna be a decent. There's not a lot of books, but there's some bangers in there for sure.
Considering we're coming off of a couple holidays, it's okay to have a couple slow months. I'm totally cool with that.
And we have a couple months after that of 4 weeks of new releases. So that's pretty cool right there, man. Eric, thanks so much, man, for diving through January with me. I appreciate it. One more time, you want to go over what you got coming out?
Yeah, sure. Again, Ink and Insights returns on January 8th over at Dr. Doom's fan club. We're going to be going over some of our, not only the best of 2024, but like our favorites of 2024. So it's going to be like things we picked up, books that came out, really cool stuff here. So Nick is also going to be joining us here. So that's going to be a really fun time. Tomorrow, my weekly comic book review show drops on the pull list. So be on the lookout for that, where I go over my thoughts on all the books that came out the previous week. And my year-end video, year in review 2024 has dropped. Man, was that a labor of love. And I think anyone that's put out a best of 2024 knows that exact feeling. But it was really worthwhile taking a look back and really kind of cataloging some of the best books and best creators of the year. So check that out.
Oh, yeah. Awesome, man. Well, dude, thanks so much again for coming in. And can't wait to join you guys on the 8th, I think, right? On the 8th for Ink and Insights for what we like the best of this past year. So, dude, thanks so much. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, thanks everybody in the chat for coming in, and go get your breakfast, go get your coffee, go say hi to your folks, and we will talk to you guys